Hey y'all, welcome back to Adventuring with Amanda. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Y'all, in this video, we are talking about van life don'ts and common misconceptions. We often see videos about how to start van life, do this, do that, buy this, buy that, all of those things that a lot of YouTubers and influencers talk about. But we are going to talk about what you don't need to do if you are starting van life. And now that I've been doing this for 3 years, I have a pretty good experienced list, not only from myself, but from those around me. So like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let's jump in. Y'all, the first thing is that if you want to be happy in this lifestyle, you don't have to spend a ton of money on a fancy van build. I've had a no-build van for 3 years now, and I'm so happy that I never spent thousands of dollars to get a custom build, especially because what I first thought I wanted and needed is completely different than what I truly ended up wanting and needing. So although it might be really attractive to get something fancy and custom, if you're just starting out, don't spend the money because your needs might change. Secondly, do not overthink it, y'all. So many people I hear from are like, oh my gosh, I want to get out on the road, but I need to do this, that, and the other thing, and I don't know about this, and I don't know about that, and I'm doing all this research, and I'm gathering all these things. Y'all, don't overthink it. Just jump right in. Go camping. I don't care if you have an empty van. If you have a place to poop and some food and a bed, y'all, get in there and get going, because you will learn about your needs once you're out on the road. And that goes to my next point. Don't overpack. So many people, whether you're just starting out and you're going on a weekend camping trip, or you're starting, van life full-time or part-time, whatever, don't overpack. It's better to start with minimal items and build up and decide what you need. It's much easier than just throwing a bunch of crap in your van and having to get rid of it and running out of space. So start simply and minimally, and then build up on what you end up needing. This will also save you a ton of money. When you're starting van life and camping, do not invest in fancy products right away. Although I have multiple solar panels now and I have a massive 1500 watt power station and several power stations at that, I started with a Jackery 240 and a small 60 watt solar panel. And then I built up based on my needs. So I have a lot more power and a lot more solar now because I'm about 80% of the time in my van, and I have a laptop and a fridge and lots of things that I like to power, including a toaster oven. I didn't start out that way, so it is important to not spend a ton of money right at first. Again, kind of piggybacking on our last point, build up, start small. It'll save you money and it'll save you stress. When I was first researching van life and I really wanted to do it, I was looking into a big van or a Class C. I thought I needed something huge. Turns out I've been extremely happy in a minivan for 3 years. I actually started car camping in a Honda Fit. So don't think that you need to get a huge rig in order to be happy on the road. Maddie Van Halen on YouTube has a cargo van. He is 100% full-time in his van. It's not a big rig. It is like perfect size for him and all of his needs. So don't think that you have to have a huge vehicle or a fancy expensive Sprinter van in order to get started on this lifestyle. Van life is not glamorous, y'all. It's not. It's not Instagram model photos. That's not what van life is at all. And if you are getting into van life for some luxury, glamorous lifestyle, you are confused, because that's not what this is. Even people I know who have big Class A's and Class C's, poop in a bucket. Or if they actually use their RV facilities or your Sprinter van facilities, your toilet, you literally have to dump your crap somewhere. Like, y'all, this is not glamorous. Like, you're not showering every day at a house. You are showering in a tent or bathing with with rinse-free bath sponges or using lake water to wash off. Y'all, this lifestyle is not glamorous. But if you can get over that and you're not in it for that reason, this lifestyle is so freeing. And it also teaches you a lot of lessons, like to be grateful for that shower when you actually have access to it, or to be grateful when you have perfect 5G cell service in the city, or to be grateful when you're actually using a toilet and you're not pooping in a bucket. This life is it'll make you so full of gratitude, and it'll really change your attitude if you have an open mind. Also, on that note, don't think you have to be like everybody else. Everybody has their own unique van lifestyle. And whether you're just in your van on the weekends, you're part-time, you're full-time, whatever that means for you, you don't need to be like everybody else. I love being in my minivan. Like I said, I'm about 80% of the time in it. And I've learned that we all have such individual needs. Some of us are pet owners, some of us are not. Some of us prefer, other amenities that some of us don't need. So don't think you have to be like everybody else. Now, it's important to do your research, look at the YouTubers, social media, go on forums, whatever you want to do to learn from each other, but set up your van and your space for you. Your mindset has to be based on what you really need in day-to-day life, because something that might be important to one person might not be important for you. So it's important to keep in mind that you do not need to be like everybody else. Don't be afraid to take advantage of campgrounds when you are first starting out with van life. Campgrounds can offer a lot of security, especially if you are nervous about sleeping in your vehicle or you're just starting out. Campgrounds can also be great for amenities like water, showers, and electrical hookups. I used to use a lot of campgrounds when Winston and I were first starting out. Now I much prefer boondocking, and it's very rare that I will stay at a campground, but they are really awesome for learning and really getting settled into the lifestyle. Continuing on, don't underestimate vertical storage. So a lot of times people think about building out rather than building up. So as you can see in my trunk space, I have this shelf that is actually from Lowe's. I love it. It fits in my trunk perfectly. And when you build up, you take up less space but add more storage. Same goes for these slim carts that I have. Well, it's a shelf. It can be a cart. It has wheels, but it has 3 shelves on it. I have one right here, and I have one next to that shelf. I've also seen some of my friends actually put them on this ledge because they will fit. Now, you do have to secure it really well, but building up is really tremendous. It gives you a lot more storage, and it doesn't take up as much space as building out in your van. And the last point I'm going to cover is don't forget about collapsible items. For example, this collapsible sink. You can get collapsible water bags, collapsible shower tent, collapsible tables. So many things now are collapsible and foldable for camping and van life. You can get literally like anything on Amazon. Collapsible playpens, collapsible toilets. I mean, my toilet is collapsible, so don't forget to take advantage of those items because they save space. Thank you all so much for tuning into this video. I hope that it was helpful or informative to you, or maybe it gave you something new to think about if you are a seasoned van lifer or if you are just starting out. I've learned a lot over my 3 years, not only from my own personal experience, but from the experiences and advice and tips of those around me. So remember to give this video a like. If you are new to my channel, I appreciate you tuning in and subscribe. And for all of you who are returning, thank you so much. Your views and your comments mean so much to me, and Winston and I will see you on our next adventure.